is Louise Fay. I'm going to be taking you through a 20-minute adaptive box fit session. So, first thing to say is just make sure you're nice and secure in whatever seat you're using, whether that's a wheelchair or a normal chair. So I'm wearing my harness and my brace and my lap strap as well, so I'm nice and secure. So before we start with warm-up, we're just going to mobilise our bodies ready for exercise. So we're going to start off with some neck circles. Just nice and gentle, not taking our head far back into an unnatural position. And take it the opposite way. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to go into the arms and shoulders and start to open up the upper back as well. So we're just going to do swimming forward. So rotating the arms over the head if we can. And you can see that my core's starting to roll, my shoulders are rolling. So we're just starting to prepare our bodies for exercise. Lovely. And take those backwards, exactly the same. Just taking those arms backwards. Again, over the head if you can. Perfect. And then we're going to go and open up the chest. So, hands up to our chest. And we're just going to gently squeeze the shoulder blades back. And that's just starting to open up the chest. Perfect. And now we're going to open up the core. So I'm just rotating from the middle to the right here. Put my hands up by my chest. That just increases the range of motion a little bit. And then from the middle to the left. Lovely. Okay, so pretty much ready to go into the box fit, but we're going to do a round of warm up first. So all of our rounds are 2 minutes long with 45 seconds rest in between. You don't need any equipment to do this, but I may use boxing gloves or maybe some small hand weights during this as well. If you're using hand weights, guys, just keep them under a kilo. I'm using half a kilo for my hand weights if I do pick them up and use them. Okay, so let's get on with round one of warm up. And we're going to start off punching out in front, nice and loose, nice and light. So don't worry about stance and guard, just nice light punch outs. I'm going to do about 30 seconds. Good stuff, fully extending the arms on every punch. Nice, okay. Let's go into the wood chop. So hands together, over the right shoulder, down to the hip. Good stuff. And we're going to change sides. So keep those hands together, going over left shoulder down to the right hip now. Ten more seconds of the wood chop, doing well. And the last 30 seconds of warm up, we're going to do wheel taps. So either reaching down as far as you can down to the wheel. If you're in a normal chair, not in a wheelchair, heel taps. So reaching down and touching your heel. Last 10 seconds. And rest. Okay, warm up completed. We've got 45 seconds rest now, and then we'll go into our main exercises. So for the exercises, I'm going to use boxing gloves. Like I say, you don't need any equipment for this. But if you'd like to use some, you absolutely can. And before we start this first round, it's just important that one thing to remember with this is your lead hand is the hand that you don't write with, your non-dominant hand. Your rear hand is the hand that you do write with. And if you remember that throughout this, you can't go too far wrong. And without further ado, we're going to go into our first 2 minutes. Okay, so hands up by our face, and we're going to do 30 seconds, lead, jab. So lead, jab, hand that you don't write with. Nice straight shot, aiming for your imaginary opponent's nose. Okay, you can see my body's rotating with each of these punches, and that creates what we call the weight of the shoulder behind the shot, the momentum, the power. Perfect. I'm going to change hands now. I'm going to go into a rear cross. Exactly the same. Fully extending that arm, letting the body rotate, landing with the palm facing down. I'm going to put the two shots together in a second or two. Okay, so now we're going to do jab, cross, 1, 2. 1, 2. Hands back to your face. 1, 2. 1, 2. You see, with every punch, my hands start and finish by my face. That's also really important with this. 1, 2. So jab is punch number 1. Cross is punch number 2. 1, 2. Doing well, guys. You should be able to hear as well that I'm breathing out with every punch. And that's just nice light breath. That helps with regulating the breathing and also for accuracy and power. Into your last few seconds now. 1, 2. Keep it on. And rest. Congratulations, you have just completed your first round of adaptive box fit. Okay, so 45 seconds rest. And the next set of punches we're going to do, we're going to aim for the cheeks. Okay? And so just to give you a little bit of a demonstration, we're going to do hooks. So a hook is aiming for your opponent's cheek. Okay? And it's an up and over movement. And you can see that my elbow and my wrist are nice and level, palms facing down, and it's over my eye line. My elbow follows my wrist around too. So we're going to start off with a lead hook, and away we go. So hand we don't write with, lead hook. Good stuff. So with the body rotation I mentioned in the first round, that's relevant for all of the punches, okay? And just to give you an idea of how far to rotate, if you have a clock face in front of you, 12 being here, when you're taking it over to the rear side, for me, that's the right side, my body's rotating to 2 o'clock. 10 more seconds of the lead hook. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to do the rear hook, hand we do right with. So now the body's rotating to 10 o'clock on that imaginary clock face because I'm punching over to my lead side. And for me, my lead is the left side, so I'm facing the lead side. Still breathing with every punch. Hands are coming back to the face. Doing really well, guys. 20 seconds left. Let's put them together. Lead hook, rear hook. Lead hook, rear hook. Good. And rest. Nice. Rehydrate, grab a drink, guys. 45 seconds rest. Nice hooks there, really nice. So, next round, we're going to do uppercuts. And that's aiming for your opponent's chin. Okay, and with this, we're going to do what we call dip and drive. So I'm going to dip to the side that we're going to punch with. So I'm dipping with, and I'm going to punch with my lead. And I'm going to drive up through the middle, aiming for the chin. Dip and drive. Dip and drive. Okay? So let's go on this round 3. Using the lead hand. Off we go. Dip and drive. So lead uppercut. So the hooks that you had in that second round, they were punch 3 and 4. This lead uppercut now, guys, punch 5. Okay, let's do punch 6, rear uppercut, exactly the same principle. Dip and drive. Good, keep it going. Remember that breathing. Just like you're blowing out the candle. Dip and drive. Keeping that defending hand up by the face as always. Okay. Going to do lead then rear uppercut, so 5 then 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. "20 seconds left. You've got this. These bent arm shots are not easy, so you're doing so well. Last 10. And rest. Nice. Excuse me. Grab a drink and we've got 45 seconds rest. I'm going to introduce some slips to you. So if we go back to the beginning, did the jab, 1, and the cross, 2. One of the ways that we defend that is by slipping out of the way and letting the punch roll over our shoulder, okay? So back to that clock face. I'm going to talk about left and right here just to make it simple. So if you slip into the left, which for me is my lead, I'm slipping to 10 o'clock. If I'm slipping to the right, which again for me is my rear, 2 o'clock. And our hands are up by our face all the time, okay? All right, let's go. So we're going to slip lead. You can see that my elbow isn't going past the opposite knee. And I'm keeping nice and tucked in, nice and tight. And I think this exercise is one of the most functional exercises in adaptive boxing. It's amazing for core stability, core mobility. So if you can include this in day-to-day life, it would be fantastic. Okay, let's slip to the rear. Again, you can see, or here, I'm still breathing out. Each point, each slip. Okay, back to slip lead, and then we're going to jab. Slip lead, jab. So now you're doing defend and counter. Nice. Slip, jab, slip, jab, slip, one, slip, one. Okay, let's turn it over. Let's slip rear, cross, slip, cross. Everything's coming together nicely now, guys. Slip, two, slip, two, slip, two. Last few seconds. And rest. 45 seconds rest. Lovely stuff. And we're going to finish up with some, a little bit of conditioning. So for that, I'm going to take my gloves off and I'm going to pick up my small hand weights. And like I said at the beginning, they're just half a kilo, okay? And the first round, we are going to do 30 seconds, punching out in front, loose and light. Then we're going to go into those slips, we're going to slip lead. Then we're going to do 30 seconds, punching out. We're going to do slip rear, okay? Away we go. So, nice and loose, nice and light, punching out in front, fully extending those arms. So this isn't about power, this is about speed. So nice and loose, fast as you can, doing well. 10 more seconds of punch outs. Ready to go into slip lead? Away we go. Slip, slip, slip. Good. Halfway through your slips. Keeping those hands up by your face, guys. Doing well. A few more seconds and we're going back into punch out. Okay. Back punching. Keep those punches at nice head height, guys. Good. Keep going, nearly there. We're going to go into slip rear. In 3, 2, 1. Slip rear. "15 seconds. Last 10. And rest. Congratulations, guys. You've just done your 20-minute box fit seated session. Congratulations. So, if your heart rate's a little bit high after that last round, all we're going to do is go through the punches that we've learned, but just nice and slow. And we're going to do that until our heart rate comes back down to a nice resting rate. Okay? So just going through those jabs, hooks, the uppercuts. And I'll just remind you of the punch numbers as well while we're bringing our heart rate down. So 1, jab, 2, cross, 3, lead hook, 4, rear hook, 5, lead uppercut, 6, rear uppercut. Hopefully your heart rate's come down a little bit now, and so it should be a nice resting rate. So all we're going to do is stretch off. So you may well have your own stretching routines, but I will go through a few bits of mine. And I always work from the neck down, and then I try not to forget anything. So I'm going to start off by stretching my neck, okay? And I'm going to turn around to do this. So I'm going to stretch my neck, so I'm going to tilt my head to the right and I'm going to take hold of my left hand. And you should feel that stretch. So. And do exactly the same for the opposite side. So I'm tilting now to the left and holding on to my right hand. Lovely. Going into triceps. So these are dynamic stretches, and you do your dynamic stretching at the end of your workout. So those nice mobilization exercises at the beginning and dynamic stretches at the end, which is what we're doing now. Okay, great. Stretching off the shoulders. And then into the lats, I'm holding on, steadying myself, and nice and gentle going into the stretch. On the opposite side. Hands up together. Last couple of stretches. Stretching out the lower part of the back now. Last stretch. And rest. Make sure you rehydrate after your workout, guys. Really important to do that. Thank you very much for joining us, and I hope to see you again soon. So, bye.